Owns Girl here. So this is my interview series, Sacred Water, Visionary Women of Freedom. I'm bringing on Colleen, and hopefully this time this will work a little easier. Is that working? It's usually pretty easy on here, but sometimes, okay, we did it.
I made it
It took a minute,
happen.
but it's worth it. Yeah. How are you?
I am doing so wonderful, Queen. How are you?
Good, good. I can feel your energy through the screen. I'm like, woo!
Woo! Same, babe.
I love it. I love it so much. Yeah, so I feel like we have a lot to talk about. I kind of feel like I want to start where you just were now because I feel like that's really bringing in the energy of where you are right now. And then maybe we can go back to the past if that's where things flow. So you were just in England
Yeah.
and really connecting with dancing, with the divine feminine. Can you talk a little bit about that and what that means to you? As a leader, like leading yourself first.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. So I landed back in Portland. So first of all, I'm Colleen, and
Oh
I
yes,
am
thank
in
you.
Port.
Yes.
I'm in.
Sorry.
It's all good. I'm in Portland, Oregon, which is the traditional land of the Kalapuya, the Molala people. And as Evie shared, I was just in England in Avalon. I had the beautiful opportunity to go share a powerful Magdalene performance with my belly dance teacher of 13 years. Swan, Sister Swan is her handle on Instagram. And also with Lady Graylin, who founded the Goddess Temple in Ashland, Oregon. And these have been beautiful teachers of mine for many years. And so we went on this pilgrimage to Avalon, to Glastonbury, to share this prayer performance at the Goddess Conference. And I was ordained as an Avalon priestess dancer as well, which feels like it was just the deepest homecoming for me in everything that I have walked myself through in this lifetime. This was like closing a 17-year cycle for
Wow.
me. It feels like there are so many pieces to my story that have been unfolding. And, every single one of us has specific initiations that we are called to walk through in this lifetime to become the person that we're came here to be and to embody our soul essence and our frequency and our medicine. And I feel like I just sloughed off like thousands of layers that had accumulated throughout my life, and had the opportunity to do that. And the whole theme of this was sacred union, which is, I feel, what we are collectively shifting so much right now on the planet. There's a massive paradigm shift, and we are all being called to integrate our own inner feminine and masculine and come into our own inner sacred union. And so the whole theme of the Goddess Conference was sacred union. We had like 4 different self marriages and ceremonies galore around this theme, and I even put a ring on it while I was
Woo!
there. This was like the seal of that experience, the Vesica Pisces, which is the 1 and the 2 becomes the 3, which is the 1. It's the Holy Trinity all in one.
I love that.
So this feels like, as I said, this deepest homecoming for me, and I feel just more lit than ever to be sharing not only the journey that I've been through, but also to be weaving such powerful magic with beautiful women like you in our community, the water women, the water weavers of the world, and to be anchoring in and really locking in this next frequency for humanity.
Yeah, it's powerful. It's super powerful. I feel like I want to ask something about because like, I don't know if we should go back now or not, but I kind of want to ask something about, because knowing you a little bit, we met in San Diego for the 51st anniversary of the Kangen water, which we both love. I call it the sacred water, and it's, there's so many, aspects to it. But I feel like from what I know of you through social media and meeting you in person, there's been moments from your life and journey that you have walked kind of what I would call against the current, right?
Yeah.
And now it feels like you're going with the current, and the current is just like with you and guiding you, and you're lifting, right? You're
Yes.
rising.
Yes.
So I want to know in that, like, what was it that shifted, and how did you connect kind of with that activation to start listening deeper to going with the current instead of going against the current?
Yeah, this is a wonderful question. I mean, I feel
And it
like
works
so
with
many.
water, right? So I feel,
Yeah, and this is why I feel like I am exactly where I was always meant to be with the water. And it's so wild because my path, what really was the straw that broke the camel's back was when everything locked down. And we were all stopped dead in our track
yeah.
of like, whatever you're doing, you're not doing it anymore.
Yeah,
You gotta sit.
totally.
You gotta sit with yourself. Like,
Yeah.
and and it was really like I actually had been praying for the previous couple of months. Like I knew that I was so done. I had been dancing. I was an exotic dancer for 6 years. I was partying. I was swirled up in the undercurrent. I had been warned about that. And the first couple of years were beautiful, but then I continued dancing when I knew that inside it was like not serving my soul anymore. But I literally did not know how I would make that transition, what the transition would look like to go from making really amazing money dancing. And if you're on here, I know a lot of women on my pages are still dancing or they have done this previously and have been in that same situation. If you're feeling me, drop a one in the comments because
Yeah.
this is, this industry is, I feel like the priestesses are called. We have a remembrance of ourselves as sacred dancers, as weavers of energy and our sacred sensuality and sexuality. And what we've done is we've put it in these boxes into strip clubs, and it's the dark world. It's
Yeah.
like, and
Yeah.
they're all run by men, which I love men, and there's a lot of distortion in that industry both ways, and a lot of manipulation and a lot of unconscious exchanges that are happening. And I akin it to like the playground for all of our repressed sensuality and sexuality. And
Yeah.
so when everything locked down, had already been praying, and I was like, oh my gosh, did I just like manifest this or something, like, in a way, because it was like it gave me the opportunity. I literally knew that I was going to need so much time off to kind of put myself back together, and I didn't know what that was going to look like, and I didn't know how to stop. So when everything locked down, it was like, a month in, I still like was still drinking and like, all right, went like full on. And then it was like, all right, this has got to end. Like, I had like a line in the sand moment. I was in the hot tub with my former partner, and I remember that moment so clear where I was just like, this is it. Like, I'm not going back. I
Wow.
have to I have to change and quit
Was it a
drinking and
heart
clean.
response or a gut response or like a download, or like what kind of was going on that was such a strong line in the sand moment? Like how did that feel, or where did it come from?
Yeah, I mean, it was in my heart and my womb. It was
Okay.
it
Yeah.
yeah, it was um uh, this just deep knowing. And I it's because it had been percolating for a long
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
I had already, I was with a low ticket network marketing company. I'd been taking the products for years, bringing it to the club, drinking my shakes at the club, and like had the vision of potentially having that be my out of the industry. And it was not congruent, like health, like superfoods with like bar life. It was not congruent. So when everything shut down, that's what came through. It was like things were percolating, and all of a sudden it just dropped in. I was like, oh, I can actually start trying to actually like not only do a cleanse with these products, but I can also start trying to build a business, because I can't go back to dancing. Like I literally knew that I couldn't do it. And so that's when it really started landing in that I was gonna give it a go with like not only doing a full cleanse, quit drinking, but to actually try to actually launch my business, which I did. So I did that in June of 2020, and it was such a huge part of my like shifting my energy, plugging in with a really amazing community, health conscious community, and having a space to land where there was no judgments and everyone was cheering each other on, and like everything's locked down. Like we need to get the medicine to the people, these amazing organic superfoods. And so it was really beautiful, a beautiful time for me to just have that space. And like I was a heavy smoker also while I was doing that too. So this was another thing, was I was smoking rolling tobacco. I was smoking so many times per day, like over 20 cigarettes a day. And I ended up like working up toward, as soon as I started building a business online and started, the online space, I could feel that my throat chakra was so shut down. And it was because the smoking was this layer for me to keep my voice quiet. And so I ended up quitting smoking in September with another cleanse that I did. And it was, like I said, it was a really beautiful time for me to start trying to build a business online. And I love the products, but it was a challenge. It's it's a big learning curve.
Yeah,
And I
I did
also
low
had to
ticket too, and I also loved the products, but for me, it felt like a lot of a hustle. So is
yeah.
that what it was for you? And then in that, how did Kangen or Magic find you, or how did you find it? What was the transition from one to another? And was that still during some of lockdown stuff, or were things starting to open up, and were you opening up while other things were opening up, or how did that kind of reflect?
Yeah. Yeah, so I definitely did feel like quite the hustle for me. And I felt a deeper soul calling coming into, like I didn't know what that was gonna look like, but I was allowing it to come. I was I started a conversation. I was like expanding my network online, and I ended up friending the woman who I joined this business with, and her profile picture was like her flipping her hair in the waterfall in Costa Rica. And
Yeah.
I was like, who is this woman? And like, maybe she wants to join my low ticket team, like maybe she wants to join my team. So I reached out to her, and we started having a conversation, and she wasn't sharing about any of the products online. And so she just was sharing about a high ticket offer, an automated platform. And I was like, what is she talking about?
Yeah.
And so it was a couple of months until it finally like started, like maybe I should actually watch whatever webinar she's talking about to learn
Yeah.
about this, because I was like, I am actually at a pivot point, because I was giving it some time, the low ticket company some time. And yeah, I was considering like doing Layla Martin's program to become a sex, love, and relationship therapist. I was checking out so many different avenues, and at the end of the day, I was just like, I still have this dream of becoming a mother one day. I really didn't want to be doing one-on-one sessions, because I was considering hiring a coach for that and developing my own offer. But I was just like, I I don't want to do that. Actually, I was like, I still feel like I love having the spaciousness of my day to do my own healing work. And I feel like I've been at this pivot of like, rather than doing healing work with on other people, I'm like just learning all of the modalities and doing it on myself.
Yeah.
Like I'm just
I feel
turning
like
it
that
all
too
back
right
on me.
now, for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I would just prefer to do it on my own and do my own healing. Um, so because there's so much more than for with like one-on-one sessions, it's more than just the session. You've got to be like, and as far as energetic clearing and having
Yeah.
so many years of lack of boundaries, like it's taken me so like I'm 6 years out almost of dancing, and it's taken me this long to actually feel like I'm in my own energy. Like there were so many for people who are yeah, sensitive to, to energy, like
Yeah.
been like clearing my work field from all of the
Yeah.
unconscious exchanges that happened.
And you did
But
it for 6 years, you said too, right? Which it kind of reminds me of a relationship. Like they say, how many years you're in a relationship, that's about how many years it takes to kind of like unwind yourself, which it sounds sort of
yeah,
that's sort of what it was in a sense, 6 years in, but 6 years out. Like, yeah, that's so
yeah,
interesting.
yeah, we move in, like 7 year cycles. I feel like
Yes.
yeah, and our body actually like regenerates itself with every 7 years too, which is, so we're
Yeah.
like a whole new being. But yeah, so it's been that process of just slopping off. The water has been so helpful, but it was actually in spring of 2021 that I finally watched the webinar, and I was like, everything clicked for me because I actually had known about Kangen water since 2014.
Mm.
Someone in my community actually had a loaner machine at their house that I tried it and I loved it. And
Mm.
I actually found a chiropractor office where I could fill up water bottles, and I
Mm.
started doing that, and I was filling up jugs and bringing them to the strip club
Oh,
to have,
wow.
and I
Wow.
would pour I would pour it into a beer pitcher
Oh my
and
God, that's
drink that on
amazing.
my shift.
That's
It's
amazing.
it's so funny. I did that for a time. I don't know where like when that shifted, but it was just a period of time while I was dancing. But I'm just like, of course, like that the water came in so long ago into my
Yeah.
life, and I loved it when that was happening.
I
But
wonder if the
now,
vibration of the water also started to,
oh
shift
yeah,
internally, right? And then you're like, okay, I got to get
totally
out of
did.
this because it's like, yeah, 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 it's amazing. Like a
Yeah,
cleansing process from the inside out. Yeah.
for sure. And that is, yeah, that's been what this, and I was like, oh, of course, as soon as it came in, I was like, this is it. This is actually what
Mm.
I meant to be doing. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, like once I saw the compensation plan, because I didn't know about the compensation
Yeah.
plan, I was like, oh, and our community of just like incredible badass powerhouses galore,
Yeah.
like not just
Yeah.
a couple, and
Yeah.
so many people who are just, making such massive impact, us being able to be in close proximity with leaders all across the globe who have had massive success, who are, you know, just living the freedom life. And it's been quite the journey, and it's helped me so much in this purification process and healing from the inside out.
Yeah. Have you done
In
many of the mentorships in our community? Because we have a mentorship coming up, right? I don't know
Yes,
if we want to link
yeah,
it to that part, but have you done many of the mentorships and how was that for
yeah.
you?
Yeah, so I did get started on a mentorship,
Okay,
and
amazing.
definitely like mentorship is so key. It is so
Yes.
key.
Yeah.
Um, Not only
Especially
for
to
like
start, I think.
totally. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, if you have experience being an entrepreneur, even if you don't, like this is a whole different field that we're
Yeah.
playing with from just solo entrepreneurship. And so to get fully oriented with our systems, with our team, with the initiation of
Yeah.
stepping into this path, this water wave, this water
Yeah.
wave that we're like rippling out into the world. That like it that you're held in this container, that you have other women and other beautiful souls in our community who have walked the path before you, who have learned, who are sharing what they've learned so that you don't have to make the same mistakes. And of course, we have our own journey, but it's also that accountability, the accountability to actually show up and have something that you're like, all right, I said yes to this. I made the decision. Because oftentimes, and this is what sets apart the, the people who don't do anything with the business versus those who actually take it. Everyone is given the same opportunity, but those who actually show up and like claim this, just like show up. All you have to do is just show up and implement what we're sharing. And we have such a gorgeous platform, like world-class platform. Over $1 million has been poured into this platform to with the Launch Your Business course, with like all of the master classes. And when I saw that too, we've got funnels built in there too, like it's all done for us. So we can just plug and play, like go in there, do it in our own time. But again, the mentorship, we're going to walk through that onboarding through the Launch Your Business course. And
that's coming up on the 9/9 portal, right?
Yes, we have the portal is opening on 9/9, and we have several leaders who are collaborating for this. And I'm feeling so lit about like where we're going to be going this fall together. And it really is like, we don't do this business alone. We're doing it together. We are, we're shifting the paradigm together. And so, who we surround ourselves with matters. And, it's time, like, just get in the room, get yourself in the room. If you're wanting to, if you're really at a pivot point in your life and you know that you're like ready for this next level, you've been calling in community, you've been calling in like a wealth ecosystem that's going to be sustainable and long term. This is something like, it's not like flash in the pan. We're not going anywhere. We're just getting started. Like, this company is 51 years old, and yes, it takes work. It takes time to build the leverage into your business. And
a lot of inner work too continues, right? Like, you started out doing a lot of inner work to come in and to kind of call this in, and it called you, like same with me, and it continues. Like, there's still layers where I'm like, whoa, this is what I have to do to be the leader for myself, to then lead, my team or inspire, and it's a constant thing. And I feel like they say that's 80% of the work. And I didn't know what they meant until now, 3 years in, I'm like, oh, okay, I fucking get it.
Totally. And this is why we have, these containers to like, again, hold the space. And this is the deepest embodiment journey that you'll ever go on. Because everything, people will say like, oh, that doesn't work, but it's like, everything is figure outable. We just have to like get out of our own way. And there's everything is a mirror for what is happening internally. And so that's
which is so the water is such a reflection, right? It is such a reflection.
It really is. And so that is why it's so important, and why, the women that we serve, they're the ones who make the power moves. They're the ones who take responsibility and accountability for like where they're at in their life, and they make the decisions, and that they take decisive action, and they say, all right, no more. I've been calling this in, like, let's go. So, I'm super excited for this mentorship. And we also do have, I know that there's so many people in my world, and I'm sure with you too, who have wanted, like, they've had this on their vision board. But right now we do have the price increase that's happening from the tariffs on September 1st. So there's no better time than now to get started. And we have multiple financing options. There's always a way that we can map out a game plan and make this happen.
Amazing. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for connecting. It's so beautiful to see you and feel your energy. Yeah, thank you, thank you,
Mm.
thank you. And yeah, if you're watching this and you have questions or you want to learn more, reach out to Colleen or myself, Evie Omsgirl, if you're watching this, and we'll be happy to share and support you in your process, in your journey. Much light and love on this beautiful Freedom Friday. Bye.
Blessed be. All
Thank
right.
you. That's
Bye.
a piece
Thank
of
you so
stuff.
much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.